G'day ladies and gentlemen, the Buttsman here. This Wednesday it is the biggest merch drop of all time in Australian histories. We've got 2 new hoodies, we've got stubby holders, we've got bottle openers, we've got 2 new shirts, we've got, I don't know, those bloody beanies. It's all happening, ladies and gentlemen. This Wednesday, this sale will be it'll go out of stock immediately. All of these items will never return. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, they are limited. There's only about 300 of each, okay? So they will sell out very, very, very quickly, so do not miss it. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. on Wednesday. If you miss this, you will be absolutely filthy. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we need to talk about the scourge on society that is cancel culture. Cancel culture basically is where people who have nothing to do with their time go through people's tweet history, go through everything they've ever said ever, and find things that they've done that is slightly wrong, and then trying to basically stop their careers from going anywhere else. And they need to make them apologize and make them disappear into the sunset of cancellations. That's basically what these progressive people want. They want these people to be wiped from the face of the earth. And somehow, I don't know how they did this, these people went through the great Joe Rogan's podcast, went through 1,400 episodes, all going for around 3 hours, and found some things that they didn't like. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Isn't it amazing that a comedian, very important phrase there, a comedian who is high, drunk, or just talking with other comedians says some pretty crazy shit from time to time? You should fucking see the conversations that I have with my friends. Holy shit. I've been an avid listener of Joe Rogan's podcast since I was about 17 years old. And I can honestly say I've learned so much from Joe's podcast, and I thank him so much for putting that forward. I honestly think I learned more from his podcast than I did from my years at school. Through his podcast, I've been able to be introduced to amazing thinkers like Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson, Sam Harris, Rhonda Patrick, Gard Saad, Jordan Peterson, the great Jordan Peterson, and people like Brian Cox, for example. All these great minds, they were all on Joe Rogan's podcast, and all of us who have listened to those episodes are better for that experience. But Joe also has a lot of comedians on his show, and top of the list is the great and powerful Joey Diaz. Joey is an amazing person, or so it would seem. He has come from absolutely nothing. He saw his mother dead at a very young age, and now he is a very successful comedian in his own right, and podcaster as well. But last week, the lefties, the progressives, the Twitter fucking lovers of the world went hard after Joe Rogan and even harder after Joey Diaz, and they called for their heads, ladies and gentlemen, for 3 different reasons. Now, I'll go through these reasons. The first 2 aren't that bad, but number 3 is fucking hilariously amazing. The first one, they went hard after Joe Rogan because Joe, on his show in a conversation with Bill Burr, said that people who were wearing masks at the moment to not catch a certain disease we can't talk about were pussies.
Courteous. Being courteous. Why is it for bitches? That was so stupid.
First of all,
oh God, you're so tough with your fucking open nose and throat. Gee, Joe, and your 5 o'clock shadow. This is a man right here. A man doesn't wear a mask. Why does it always become like that? It's always like the man versus the bitch.
Now, this was a small segment in a 3-hour podcast, and Bill and Joe are going back and forth, jibing at each other. Is that even a fucking word? Having a go at each other and fake arguing, if you will. Now, this is what these people picked out. They picked this bit out and said, well, Joe, he's encouraging dangerous behaviours and all this type of bullshit, and we need to cancel Joe Rogan for this. Absolute fucking garbage. Now, are people who wear masks bitches? Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe some are. What I do know is that in Australia, we have been told that you don't need to wear masks. They said the same in America, but now they've updated the information. But here in Australia, you don't, because apparently this disease doesn't affect us down here. So good on fucking us. But also, you've got your eyes out in the open, right? Pathogens land on these little mucous membranes in your eye and somehow get into your body. I don't know, I'm not a fucking doctor. Anyway, you got these big fucking holes in your fucking head that you should be worried about. That's why the doctors wear the fucking face shields. He's still going to get sick regardless you got a mask on or not. Anyway, they tried to cancel him because of that statement. So, suck a dick, Twitter. You're not going to get anywhere. The second reason was what Joe said about presidential candidate, the man who's going up against Trump in a couple of months, Joe Biden. Here's the video. Joe Rogan's talking about Joe Biden, who is talking about God, but forgets everything about God. Prepare yourselves for a man who is definitely in stages of cognitive decline.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Stop. Pause. You can't be president. What? Stop. Pause. Pause. Listen, we can't play any games here, folks. This is a really old man who can't talk.
People are mad at Joe Rogan for making fun of this old fucking man.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
Prepare yourself for this knowledge. This is the dude who the left want to lead the world, hold the key to the nukes. This fucking guy.
We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
Fuck me dead, Joe. Not to mention he's a massive creep.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
I'm fucking sorry to everyone who wanted Joe Rogan cancelled for this, but Joe Biden is so fucked up that he is fair game to all. But this reason, the third reason, this is what set the PC world, the social justice warriors, it set them alight. It freaked them out to no end. It was a segment from a podcast that was recorded 10 years ago, a short segment of Joey Diaz telling a story to Joe Rogan and Brian Redban. Now, Joey Diaz, his stories are fucking insane. They are incredible. They're legendary. And this dude has had just an amazing life. He's been in jail. He kidnapped a dude at gunpoint and went to jail because of that, and then had the dude on his podcast like 20 years later to talk about how the good old times. He's been an amazing comedian, tells incredible stories, and this is one of them.
Of money.
She's lucky she paid $100. I had girls sucking my dick and giving me coke from Chewy. You think I'm fucking kidding you? Fuck yeah, you gotta suck my dick to get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the fucking gateway into coming to Hollywood. Everybody knows that.
How many girls did you have do that?
Oh, 20 of them. I had this little blonde open mic chick dog that used to come up to the comedy store.
Joey Diaz, a comedian, gets in trouble because a lady who was desperate to get on stage sucked his dick. That's what people are upset about. If you are of age and you suck someone's dick to get ahead in your game, that is on you. Joey didn't force anyone to do this. This lady did this on her own accord. She wanted to get on stage and rather than working hard, she thought she'd suck a few dicks and she got on stage. She got what she wanted, he got what he wanted, and everybody, well, except for her, won. This is not something I would do personally, but if the roles were reversed, no one would give a shit. If some dude was out there trying to get on stage or trying to get more stage time as a young comedian and he had to eat some old lady's monkey, no one would give a flying fuck. But because it's Joey and he's a dude, it's seen as, oh, this lady couldn't make her own decisions. You know what it is? It is actually demeaning to women to make this whole attitude out that women can't make decisions for themselves. She knew what she was doing. He knew what he was doing. Two consenting adults, get over it. And before you say that that would never happen, a man trying to get ahead by having sex with the woman who was leading the organisation. It happened with Mitzi Shore. Several dudes allegedly had sex with her to get stage time. It happened. But no one gives a shit about that, do they? If you have skill, talent, or ability, you will make it in your chosen field. All it takes is time and dedication. But if you want to cheat the system and suck a few dicks to get ahead in the game, then you have to accept the repercussions and the jizz. But on top of all of that, people are coming down hard on Joe Rogan because he did this when Joey told that horrible story. That's right, he laughed. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This was what David Hogg on Twitter, he's got a verification tick, he's a big deal. He's actually one of the weakest men to have ever had a penis. He's asking Spotify if they condone Joey getting his dick sucked. What a dumb fucking thing to say, you little twat.
If you are a blue check mark harassing advertisers over a reaction to a statement,
well, you're a weak, gutless individual.
This is just the latest example of how vile and insidious cancel culture is. Everyone's cancelled at the moment. Fucking everyone. But the best thing to come from all of this, other than Joe and Joey's careers being stronger, is the way that Joey reacted to the cancel culture. And this is a lesson to anyone who has anyone trying to cancel them. This is how you need to react. This is Joey's tweet about a day after this whole thing happened. If that video hurt your feelings, watch this, cocksuckers. It's Joey telling a story about when he fucked a one-legged woman. On the 7th day, God created balls. You motherfuckers are in no danger. In other words, you can all sucker la minka. The morning of the whole scandal, Joey said, "Good morning, cocksuckers." And the pistarististos for those sitting in the back. This is the perfect way to react to these fucking idiots who will always try and take more and more and more, and they will never be progressive enough. They will never be satisfied until they cancel absolutely everyone who slightly disagrees with what they think or says something offensively. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace the Middle East. Me dick stinks. And I'll see you all very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye.